The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irojak with Thursday's news. In this edition, PNV owners call ICCC to raise fares, land swap deal proposed to stop eviction, and siblings represent PNG in regional championship. Former Prime Minister and member for Yalibu Pangia, Peter O'Neill, has called on the government to reduce excise tax on petroleum products. O'Neill made this call in a press conference yesterday.
Former Prime Minister and member for Yalibu Pangia, Peter O'Neill, has expressed concern about the rising fuel cost, which he believes is placing a strain on households and businesses. He criticized the government for lacking a proactive strategy to ensure fuel security.
These are serious issues. Even though we are not able to control it, we can also reduce excise. The Australian government reduced excise, I think, by 50%. Why are we still charging tax on fuel? The government should immediately reduce, so then it will automatically reduce the price of fuel coming down. Immediately they should reduce the excise and stop collecting tax on fuel. And by giving lig belisina, help our small businesses and bus drivers and everybody else across the consumer line.
O'Neill urged the government to prioritize the welfare of its citizens by implementing policies that directly impact daily lives. He reiterated that a reduction in fuel excise tax could alleviate some of the financial burdens faced by ordinary Papua New Guineans.
PNG is going to get worse. Even the assurance that we are getting from Puma, we don't have the capacity to store enough fuel in the country to meet our own demand. We are just living from hand to mouth. We're worried about today. Some say, run out and finish. That would mean that fuel prices not only will go up, but power prices will go up. Because all the power that we generate is driven by fuel. So across the country. And of course, cost of the goods, transporting all the kake to the stores to sell it to us, the prices of the goods will go up. Bus fares will go up. Yet tomorrow when you turn up for work, your wages still remains the same. Wages won't go up. That means when you go to the shop and all this place, when you're buying, your buying power is reduced. So we are living in that environment and nobody seems to care. When our leaders are lying to us, we just accept it. What kind of a country are we when we don't hold our leaders to account for the decisions they're making on our behalf?
He called on the government to take immediate action to ensure a stable and affordable fuel supply in the country. Meantime, Prime Minister James Morobe announced a 1 billion kina fuel relief support to address fuel issues.
Papua New Guinea needs to take step, and government has allocated an envelope of a billion kina envelope to give to pass on to importers of fuel, so that our consumers, whether as a consumer, as a company, industry, or people at the fuel bouncers, whether it's kerosene, petrol, diesel, or jet fuel for our planes and ships, we do not pass on the burden to the consumers.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
It was a chaotic scene yesterday morning at the Madang Traffic Office. Public transport operators and owners fronted up to air grievances about PMV fares in light of the increase in fuel price. There was not a bus or taxi in sight on the roads as transport owners requested the Madang Land Transport Board to increase PMV fares given the increase in fuel prices. They felt that they would make a loss if they continued to operate on this year's approved fares set by the Independent Consumer and Competition Commission. Maskulan Gubag, the senior inspector of the Madang Land Transport Board, shared his views with all the public transport operators, stressing that the rates were set before the US-Iran war and that he had no authority to allow operators to charge extra fares, pointing them to the warning by ICCC not to increase PMV and taxi fares.
You think you can work in money you work. Suppose never grounding bus, something I by sense anytime. You mean no controlling lawyer? Narapla road. You mean boom lawyer, miss away, Narapla provinces or boom too. You mean can boom one time all. Narapla or provinces or PMV line or same. Now you mean can talk to the government law subsidizing fuel. Because PMV service and public service. You block more man Mary block country. Again, some block country. PMV service and governments are provided. I'm one kind of health and education. Now agriculture. That's all you mean Papua New Guinea.
The 2026 fare rates have seen an increase of 20 toya. This will see passengers in Madang town pay 1 kina 50. PMV operators say this is still too low given the fuel price hike and the maintenance issues they face every day due to the deteriorating road conditions within the town and along the highways. PMV operators are calling on ICCC to immediately consider hosting an emergency meeting to review route fares during this uncertain period as the US-Iran standoff continues.
By maski you must go in car because I triple sim must get this and good. You don't know me, you like him, you must go 1 kilo bus must increase. In the 20 time wasting time.
This is a worldwide issue. Time you grab him car. And by all population by Bangarabimol, you must think him. Online back come to work, school, market, this that. Suppose him Papua New Guinea government prime minister something wrong, and yes, you can grab him car. Let's strike. Worldwide working show. Officer, Mascula, thank you, YouTube, lo baby bot. You'd love him price, lo bus pay come and up, that's all them. You'd love come down, lick.
The government has moved to stop evictions in the wildlife area, announcing a land swap initiative that will see the title holder of this land being offered an equivalent size land elsewhere in the city, while wildlife residents continue to live on this portion of land. Ruth Rungula with this report.
The Prime Minister revealed this following a high-level interagency meeting involving the Chief Secretary and various department heads. He confirmed that the government has requested an immediate stay on all eviction exercises on humanitarian grounds.
They had secured court orders since 2018. So in those court orders that were secured, they've been going in and out of the court, and court has upheld that the orders must be implemented. And I basically used humanitarian grounds to ask them for a stay and not to fully utilize the court order.
The investor has held titles to the land since 2012, but recognizing that the eviction will have a huge impact on the community there, the Prime Minister has offered the land swap solution to the developer.
And our meeting also found solutions. One of the immediate solutions is for Lands Department, working with the City Hall to allocate equivalent sized land elsewhere. To give to the developer as we work in the immediate to work with NCD, making sure those that are in those areas of eviction properly identified, properly named, and we look at overlaying and working with the City Hall in the conversion of proper conversion to a proper identified suburban sort of arrangements.
According to the Prime Minister, the developer was expected to provide a response today. While the government is intervening to stop current evictions, the Prime Minister warned people not to settle on land they do not own.
And I want to appeal to our people. Firstly, don't settle on land that is not properly under your name or title. I understand clearly that Lands Department and access to title has been an issue. That's why we're working around the clock to make sure land is accessible to our people. So I want to ask our people, we're working to make sure that our people are properly housed and titled, but don't just show up in a land and start to build right now.
The Prime Minister concluded by thanking the local developer for its willingness to engage with the state. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. When we come back, IBSU celebrates 6th graduation and Morobean women collaborate in tourism.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic Kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection. So my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
She tried to run, so I shot her. Just calm down, please.
How can I if we're talking about Christy? Forget the whole joy!
Where is my daughter? Where is Christy? Where's your wedding ring?
You refuse to give in to our requests. We are going to kill all the hostages.
You're hiding something.
Christy is alive. Mom. We thought you were dead.
I'm not so confused.
You chose to get married.
My Husband's Wife season premiere Monday, 13th April on TV1 Plus.
Welcome back. IBS University today marked its 6th graduation, awarding degrees and diplomas to more than 200 students at its Port Moresby campus. This year's event is especially significant following the successful passage of the IBS University Bill in Parliament last month.
This morning, more than 200 graduates from the IBS University were certified and conferred with their respective degrees and diplomas at the university campus. This year's graduation was significant following the successful passage of the IBS University Bill in Parliament, a milestone in the institution's history. Chancellor Alvita Rapila said the achievement reflected years of vision, perseverance and commitment inspired by the university's founder, Sir Mike Nades.
This partnership reflects a shared commitment to excellence in higher education. As IBS University enters this new chapter with formal recognition, legal standing and strengthened governance, we must now lift our standards even higher, deepen our impact and remain committed to delivering quality education, research and service. Because our nation is looking to institutions like ours to produce graduates who are not only competent, but principled, innovative, and resilient.
She added that the milestone also demonstrated the confidence placed on IBS University at the national level and strengthened IBSU's commitment to providing world-class education. Chancellor Rapila also acknowledged the national government for its continued support and collaboration in helping IBS University reach this milestone. Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Kinoka Feo, who officiated at the graduation, thanked the leadership of IBS University under the cap of the founder, Sir Mike Nades, for bringing the institution this far. Meanwhile, Minister Feo, through his ministry, pledged 5 million kina to the institution to support its operation going forward. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
School fees of tertiary institutions around the country have increased in the past years, with some students not able to complete their studies due to financial constraints. To address this, Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Kinoka Feo, today announced that department's plans to make a submission to government to increase the higher education loan program to 100%.
While speaking at the 6th graduation of IBS University today at the IBSU campus, Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Kinoka Feo, highlighted the financial challenges most tertiary students face during the academic years. Due to the status of the country's economy, only 30 to 40% of the population survive through formal sector. The rest 60% comes from informal sector, including subsistence farming. Because of this, it takes months and years to earn thousands of kinas to pay for their school fees. And at most times, parents cannot meet the required fees in a year and students are forced to withdraw and not complete their studies. Minister Kinoka and his department are putting together a submission to increase higher education loan program to 100% to assist students pay their complete school fees.
And so we're preparing a submission with the consent of Prime Minister that is going through in our next cabinet meeting, and that is to increase higher education loan program to a level where if you're not able to pay for your fees, the higher education loan program, you can apply and that can cover for the entire 100% of your school fees.
He added that tertiary students are the future brains of PNG and need to be equipped with enough knowledge to serve the country in their respective field. He said the submission has received backing from the cabinet and they are ready to take it to Parliament. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
2 women in Morobe province have forged a partnership to create their own niche in the tourism sector. The owner of Layabout Tours, Emma Nasinom, and her peer at the Salamata Paradise House, Ruth Bihoro, are fully aware of the realities that local operators face. Their partnership ensures that they have a fighting chance in an industry that is oftentimes neglected.
The Salamata Paradise House offers a panoramic view of the Morobian coastline at Asini village in Salamoa. It's just a 45-minute dinghy ride away from the industrial hub of Ley City. Ruth Bihoro, who hails from Garaina and Salamoa, said her grandfather gave the land to her parents in 1987 with the agreement that it would be developed into a resort.
This used to be a traditional fishing ground. So the whole aim of the guest house is to conserve the area as a eco-preservation area, a lodge. That was the promise that we made to our grandfather, and to keep the family land as a resort area for recreational purposes as well.
Construction started in 2022 and ended in 2023, with funding being a major challenge for the Bihoro family, who are using the revenue generated from the 3 en-suites to maintain and expand the building.
So with the guest house being in a local community, it's a bit difficult to get clients to understand where it's positioned, where exactly in Salamoa, whether we are credible or not credible, because we are yet to be accredited with TPA.
The Salamata Paradise House had applied for PNG TPA accreditation in 2023, right after the construction of the facility. However, the operator has been advised that since PNG TPA is undertaking a major legislative reform in reviewing the Tourism Promotion Authority Act 1993, the process has been put on hold. But not their dream. Labu woman Emma Nasinom registered her tour company in 2015 to show her 3 children that anything is possible if you put your heart into it. With her dinghy, she takes clients to the hidden gems of the Morobian coastline, including exhilarating hikes up mountains to swim in the waterfalls of Bula or Bubalung in Busamang, or a new site on the list, the Tungapo waterfall at Asini.
I've collaborated with a lot of guest houses along Busama Way. This just recently I've collaborated with Ruth from Salamat to Guest House. Ruth is located in Asini in Salamawa. The collaboration started in 2025. That was just last year, and it's really good to connect with somebody from here, because this is my first time here. Tourism, like they say, tourism is everyone's business.
Nasinom, who is also the Morobe Show's honorary secretary, emphasized on how crucial it is for 2 female operators to support and build each other, as well as display Morobe as an ideal tourist destination. Kamila Guare, TVWAN News, Leh.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2313 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2238 $0.3141 Australian dollars, $0.1838 euro, and 35.23 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee, cocoa, and crude oil closed higher, gold, palm oil, and copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. TV1 News continues when we come back. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with BSP's One Talk Wallet. BSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
From our homes, where every morning starts with a taste we all love. A taste that holds memories and sheds stories. A taste that can bring friends together. Made with care and loved in every corner of PNG. Inspired by our champions and rooted by our family values. Snacks, so crunchy and tasty, it's irresistible.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC. while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
You sabi to awesome condom and one way where you can abuse him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy? Tingim, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you, or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom, banish him you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
You promised we'll grow old together, remember? That's exactly the reason why we bought our houses close to each other.
Marvy, Elvie, Paula, thank you.
Thanks for staying with us. China's hospital ship Silk Road Ark commenced free medical treatment for the public today. The ship arrived yesterday in Port Moresby. Today marked the first day of free treatment for the people of Port Moresby. According to the treatment schedule, the clinic hours start from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 and 1:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the 9th, 10th and 11th of April, from 8:30 to 11:30 and 1:30 to 5 p.m. on the 12th of April, and from 8:30 to 11:30 on the 13th of April. The triage will close at 11 a.m. and 4:30 on the scheduled days. The arrival of Silk Road Ark is set to ease the burden of hospitals and clinics in the nation's capital.
Visit is the third visit of a Chinese hospital ship to PNG. Following the visits of the Peace Ark hospital ship in 2014 and 2018. The ship is staffed with approximately 100 medical personnel and equipped with 8 operating rooms, 300 beds, and a wide range of advanced medical facilities. She will provide free, high-quality medical services to the people of PNG. At the same time, the officers and soldiers of our two sides will jointly engage in a series of visits and exchange programs.
Patients have been asked to bring identification documents or complete an identity information card before boarding. People have also been advised to ensure their temperatures are not above 37.5 degrees Celsius when they board. Those with signs of infectious disease, have severe medical conditions, or elderly patients without family accompaniment will also not be allowed on board.
The Silk Road Ark comes to our shores not only as a vessel of healing but a symbol of solidarity. Over the coming days, the ship will provide a series of free medical services to the people of Papua New Guinea. This includes advanced investigations such as CT scans and the blood tests, as well as surgical procedures for patients at the Port Moresby General Hospital. These services will be delivered in close collaboration with our own doctors, nurses, and technical staff, ensuring that this mission strengthens both service delivery and professional training.
Health Minister Elias Kapavore has welcomed the ship to Port Moresby and urged citizens to utilize the services provided on board. Silk Road Arc features 14 clinical departments and 7 auxiliary diagnostic units capable of performing over 60 types of medical procedures, spanning general surgery and more. An onboard helicopter enhances its emergency medical rescue capabilities. Turning abroad, roughly 20% of the world's oil and natural gas normally flows through the Strait of Hormuz. ABC reporter Kasson Ho has been following developments.
The ceasefire announcement was made yesterday morning Australian time between Iran, the US and later Israel, and we've been looking at the ships in the Strait of Hormuz for the 24 hours or so since. There have been a handful of transits. If we look at the map here, going in on the left there we have the Persian Gulf. We can see that there are many ships still anchored inside the Persian Gulf waiting to be able to leave, and on the right there's the Gulf of Oman. Now, over the past 24 hours, we've seen about, or at least 7 transits through the Strait of Hormuz. 6 of them were bulk cargo carriers, 3 of them owned by China, 3 of them owned by Greek companies, and there was also 1 Chinese oil tanker that went through, but all of them appeared to transit through the so-called Iranian toll booth route along the coast of Iran. And these figures, about 7 ships over 24 hours, it's sort of what we've seen since the start of the war. It doesn't appear that there has been an uptick of any kind of ships transiting through the Strait of Hormuz, which sort of goes back to Iran's statement that they made when the ceasefire was first announced. Iran said that safe passage through the strait would be possible with coordination with Iran's armed forces, which is effectively what we've been seeing anyway since the start of the war. It appears they've been controlling and picking and choosing who gets to go through the Strait of Hormuz.
And the world has been feeling, of course, the impact of this disruption to oil and gas supplies since the start of the conflict. What would it take to fix the supply chain?
So we've spoken to quite a few analysts on this topic. What would it take for ships to run through the Strait of Hormuz and sail through and start recovering that global supply chain, which has really been shocked by this disruption? And one of the things is, of course, the confidence to be able to get out of the Persian Gulf. And if we did see an opening of the Strait of Hormuz, we might see that outflow of ships. But there's a second factor as well, according to some of the analysts we spoke to, which was, will they have the confidence to go back in? And it's only when we see that traffic both ways that we can really expect to see things getting back to normal. We know that 7 ships in 24 hours, that's about 5% of what we would normally see going through the Strait of Hormuz both ways. That's been pretty typical of the figures that we've been seeing since the start of the war. In terms of the countries dealing with the ramifications now, we've seen a lot of alternate shipments. Basically, in Australia, for example, we've been getting normally a lot of our oil from our Asian trading partners, countries like Singapore and Malaysia, and we are still getting those, but we're also looking to alternate shipments, such as from the US. Now, this is showing the ships that are en route from the US now to Australia carrying oil. Some of them are carrying crude oil, which is not abnormal. We do ship crude oil from the US. What is unique about this is some of these ships are actually carrying refined fuel products like diesel, which is unusual, and it's a long way to go for these shipments. Normally we try to get them from somewhere closer because it's very expensive to get from somewhere so far away, but this is sort of the reality that countries are facing right now as we sort of grapple with this global supply chain shock.
Thanks, Kason.
The federal government has agreed to underwrite future shipments of fuel to secure additional supplies. It's part of a complex and costly scramble to shore up Australia's imports.
Through Parliament gives itself extraordinary powers to basically underwrite future fuel shipments, because at the moment oil prices are rising so quickly that by the time shipments maybe are purchased and make it to Australia, well, oil prices might have fallen. And so what the government is doing today, or has announced today, is that it has signed contracts with our two refineries, Viva in Geelong and Ampol in Brisbane, to secure extra shipments of fuel, so not the ones that are already contracted to arrive, but additional supplies on the spot market. And these cargoes come up pretty quickly and need to be purchased quickly at very high prices. And so the government's really reducing the risk in these sorts of commercial decisions. But what we know at the moment is that the disruption of the supply chain because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz means that most of our shipments would ordinarily be coming from Asia, which is not too far away. Right now, they're coming from as far away as Africa, the United States, even Europe. And as I say, this adds great time and cost to these shipments. But this morning, we saw the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and the Energy Minister Chris Bowen at the Ampol refinery in Brisbane to announce this deal that's been done, flagging that more deals will be done in coming days and weeks. Here's what Chris Bowen had to say.
These purchases become even riskier for companies like Ampol and Viva, as the oil price might move substantially by the time the spot cargo gets from where Matt or Viva buy it and the time it gets to Australia. So this arrangement will enable the companies to take a purchase that would have been non-commercial and to go out and buy that fuel for Australians that otherwise would go to other countries, and that is very much in our national interest.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, Coco set for final junior outing in Fiji, and Billum coach calls for support.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Central Province is our home.
The tides of the Coral Sea are our heartbeat. From the coast to the mountains,
Traditions pass generation to generation.
The sea and our gardens sustain us.
Our songs carry our legends through time.
Our home is Central Province. Our nation is Papua New Guinea.
Ready for the world, so is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
I'm so glad you're awake again. The country wouldn't be the same without you.
How are the rest of my friends?
Welcome back. Coco Hakenna travels to Fiji today along with 9 other PNG junior tennis players for the Pacific Oceania Junior Championships. This is her final junior tennis tournament before she moves into the senior division.
The PNG junior tennis sensation Kolita Hakenna Coco has been the face of junior tennis team in Papua New Guinea over the last 4 years. She has been the mainstay in junior tennis in the region. She won 4 consecutive Pacific Oceania Junior Championship tournaments and is aiming to defend the title this year and graduate into the senior tournaments.
I'm looking forward to going there and playing my best tennis and winning the Pacific Oceania Junior Championships for the last time.
Speaking about her opponents in the tournament, Hakenna said she knows what to expect at the event. The 4-time PLJC champion has been trained by her elder brother, Sugaray Hakenna, who is also the PNG representative tennis player. Young Hakenna is optimistic about defending her title, an achievement she knows she will look back on with pride for years to come.
That I've won POJC for 4 years, and I've held that title consistently, so I think I'll be most proud of that, winning the Pacific Oceania and representing Papua New Guinea.
Hakenna said representing Papua New Guinea in the junior tennis program has been a wonderful experience for her. She is sad to depart the junior tennis program.
Yeah, I definitely do feel sad that I'm leaving the junior team now and I'm stepping into more of the senior part of my career.
But expressed gratitude for the opportunity and looking forward to the next chapter of her career.
You know, being on the team for 4 years, and it's going to be the 5th year being part of the team and leaving it after, it'll be really sad because I've basically all the kids on the team are my brothers and sisters, so we've all been through a lot together, so yeah, it's going to be a really emotional bye for me.
Her small brother River Jordan Hakenna, who is also attending the PLJC in Fiji, celebrated his sister's success and shared his hopes that she can clinch one last title in the junior division.
Yeah, it's sad because she's not going to come next year with us. And man, Kola's a great player, She's just wonderful, just technique, just everything. I'll be there to support her, so she's gonna play good. And I'm actually really sure she's gonna win.
The PLJC tournament starts tomorrow and ends on the 18th April. The under-12 and under-14 will be based in Nandi and under-16 in Suva. Hakenna thanked the Port Moresby Rackets Club sponsors, their parents and their brother Sugaray and others for their continued support. Rex Lita, TVWAN Sports.
While all the focus is on Coco as she makes her final appearance in the Junior Championship, her young brother, River Jordan Hakenna, will make his debut in the under-14 division at the tournament. He is excited to be part of the team and represent his country at the international event.
After finishing the 2025 Pacific Oceania Junior Championship, OPOJ's second best, River Jordan is aiming to go one better. This time not in under-12 or under-13, when he used to play before. It is under-14, which means the competition will be tough for the young man, and he has to be in his best.
And this year I feel like, I'm stepping up. I'm in under-14s now. I play with harder, stronger players, taller players. And my goal is just to play the best tennis I could possibly play and have fun on court and just try my best to win. And if I don't win, I learn something and I come back, I train harder for it, and probably next year I try to get it again.
Hakenna acknowledges that it will be a tough outing for him, competing in the under-14 for the first time. But he is confident that he has fair enough training under his belt to give a crack against the best under-14s in the region.
Training, with my coach Sugar Ray, it's actually really nice. He's a really good coach. He's my brother. and it's hard, but it's hard work, and I have to work hard to win. You can't just win by just winning, because tennis, it's one-on-one. There's no teammates they're not in the court with you. Then you have no coaches with you to tell you what to do. You're just in a zone where you're just locked. You're just in the middle of the ocean. That's how it feels, and I feel like I've been training for this, and I've been doing fitness, I've been doing everything, and I feel like I'll get at the top, and I'll probably win.
While he remains focused on his games in Fiji, River Jordan is even more excited to meet his friend from Lae and in the region. This POJC and international outing have given them the opportunity to create friends and forge lifelong relationships.
They're really nice, really caring, and they're really just the best kids to hang around with. Yeah, I'm looking forward to meet my friend Eric. He lives in Vanuatu. Can't wait to see him. He's such a great friend, and I can't wait to see him.
The PNG junior tennis team departed Port Moresby today for Fiji. The team is comprised of 10 juniors, 6 under-12s, 2 under-14s, of which River Jordan is part of, and 2 under-16s. The games will be played in both singles and doubles. The PNG junior team is sponsored by Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
Papua New Guinea women's national soccer team head coach Erickson Komeng has called on PNG citizens to rally behind the PNG Billums through prayers and support. Their match against American Samoa on Sunday will be pivotal. It determines the Billums' future participation on the international football stage.
We just want to say thank you to all our friends and families for supporting us, and one blood message as soon last game is can put us in our prayers. So what can pray for us, and that will give our girls a good mind and at peace to play this game. Confidence in your players. Right now, I'm one of the best team in PNG, and we're looking forward for that tournament. And I'm sure if we can put our minds together, we can go all the way.
Team manager of the two-time New Power Sports Talk Sevens tournament champions Devo Babas of Fiji, Salasieli Tabalailai, expressed heartfelt gratitude to the naming sponsor, New Power, along with other supporting sponsors for their invaluable contributions. Babas again showcased their class and dominance in Sevens rugby, taking out the major silverware for the second time in a row, but had to dig deep to get past strong challenge from their PNG rivals.
Team manager Salathieli Talabaibai acknowledged the blessing of being able to return for another tournament, stating,
"We are so grateful to be part of this Sevens again for the second year. I know we were here last year. We did lift this trophy last year. We came again this year through the sponsorship. We really thank New Power for giving us again another opportunity to come and participate again for this year's Sevens."
The Babas showcased their class and dominance in Sevens rugby, demonstrating exceptional sportsmanship throughout the three-day tournament, culminating in a thrilling grand final against the two-time champions PC Ravens of Lae. Reflecting on his team's performance, Tamalailai noted the competitiveness of this year's tournament, remarking it was...
I know the win today, for me, it was a bit different from last year's game. We feel that the competition is a bit hard for us this year. We have a few teams. The competition in the semi-final was a bit tough for us. We came back chasing the games. And again in the quarterfinal, in the semi-final, and as well as in the final.
Tamalailai also expressed appreciation for the decision to bring in 3 Fijian male referees to assist local officials for the first time.
think it's a big boost to bringing in officials from Fiji to upgrade the knowledge of the referees in PNG in terms of rugby union, in terms of sevens, for the laws of rugby. I think PNG is the most popular team for rugby league, and we really appreciate that. We respect all teams that participate here today. We know that the battle will be hard, as we have witnessed today.
Looking ahead, Tamalai expressed excitement about the possibility of returning to defend the title in 2027. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Samoa under-19 women's team secured their second victory over Indonesia today, winning by 55 runs in the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup East Asia Pacific qualifier. Samoa under-19 women posted a total of 8 for 99 in 20 overs. While wickets fell at regular intervals, the Samoan side managed to build enough partnerships to set a challenging target for Indonesia.
Indonesia struggled against a disciplined Samoan bowling attack and were restricted to 7 for 44 runs after 14.3 overs, when the match situation left them needing 56 runs from 33 balls with only 3 wickets remaining. With the required run rate climbing, Samoa's grip on the match proved decisive. Indonesia's innings were anchored by Putu Sintha Kahayani and Niputu Kentika, but the pair found it difficult to accelerate against tight bowling. Samoa's bowlers delivered an outstanding performance with contributions across the attack. Jane Talilagi Manasseh and Avetia Fetu Mapu were economical, conceding just 3 runs. Talilagi Manasseh was later named player of the match. Early in the innings, Samoa's bowlers struck early and consistently, reducing Indonesia to 7 for 13 runs at one stage, effectively putting the game out of reach. The result highlights Samoa under-19 women's strong form in the qualifying tournament. Samoa registered its first win against Vanuatu yesterday. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
Former East New Britain Egg Mercurius flyer Miles Banham is living out his childhood dream as a recruit for the SPPNG Hunters. Hailing from Navunaram village in Gazelle district of East New Britain, Miles has made remarkable progress since joining the team.
Miles Banham scored a try on his first QRL game, marking a dream start to his debut season, and secured his spot on the team for the next 2 rounds before he suffered a minor ankle injury during the round 3 clash against the Clydesdales.
And the Keenan debut has scored right at the death, Miles Banham.
Reflecting on his first experience in camp, Miles shared the initial challenges he faced.
Training am run alright. Recently been me come inside first time been hard league. Then yeah, now I'm stand them all boys now. Me feel comfortable now. Start training alright. Then we debut around 1.
He also mentioned that one of the key things he has learned is the importance of communication both on and off the field, which has helped him build confidence with his teammates.
Confidence. So you need to talk plenty inside the field, outside need to open boys na. Yeah.
Playing as a right winger, Miles has developed strong combinations with the back 5, particularly with centres Graham Rex, Clint Lama, and Bruce Bawase. Miles Banham, when reminiscing about his early aspirations to play for the Hunters, Miles said,
I've been feeling frustrated because limangi kamantabe tem dream number lo come inside, so yeah. So, league me been go to league straight me play school boys, then start school boys lo me grade 11 time I'm go rest been kisimi lo go start academy development. So 11, 12 me start development, then after that me make it debut me. And I go rest. Then play 1 player na. This me come inside low. And that's.
He made his debut for the Gurias in the 2024-25 season before transitioning to the Hunters in 2026. Unfortunately, Miles will miss the upcoming match against Brisbane Tigers this Sunday. Despite the setback, Miles remains positive about his future with the Hunters and eager to contribute to the team's success. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Simbu Province is making a strong move to return to elite rugby league competition. A new Simbu Warriors bid team has been officially launched with plans to join the Digicel Cup in 2027. The Simbu Rugby League and its committee have established a full board and management team to lead the Simbu Warriors bid. The announcement was made by Simbu Governor Noah Cool, who presented an initial funding of 1 million kina to support the initiative.
The Simbu provincial government has committed 1 million kina to rugby league in Simbu. The 1 million kina is for the young people with full of energy who are doing nothing for the last 7 years. Now we want to engage them so that they can become useful men and women in the province.
Governor Cool says the bid team will work towards submitting an official application in the third quarter of 2026, aiming for entry into the Digicel Cup competition the following year. Simbu already has strong rugby foundations with PNG-RFL affiliated district leagues, as well as schoolboys and women's competitions approved by the Simbu Education Board. Officials believe these pathways will strengthen the province's chances of rejoining the national competition. If successful, the Simbu Warriors could make their return to the Digicel Cup in 2027, bringing new hope for young athletes across the province. NRL Round 6 brings you another weekend of thrilling rugby league action when it kicks off tonight as the Penrith Panthers take on the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs at Stadium Australia. All action to be broadcasted live on TV1 Sports.
Round 6 of the NRL kicks off tonight with a heavyweight clash as the Penrith Panthers take on the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs at the Stadium Australia. The Panthers, one of the competition's benchmark teams in recent seasons, will look to continue their strong form. The Bulldogs, meanwhile, will be aiming to prove they can match it with the top sides and secure a statement win.
Hammered after the tackle. McLean again! McLean! Oh my goodness! Casey McLean! My goodness! What a run!
On Friday, the winless St. George Illawarra Dragons host the Manly Seagulls at the Wollongong Showground. The Dragons are desperate to open their account this season after a string of disappointing performances, while Manly will be keen to build momentum from last week's win. The second game of the doubleheader features the highly anticipated Queensland Derby between the Brisbane Broncos and the North Queensland Cowboys at Suncorp Stadium. Derby clashes are always physical and intense, with both sides boasting attacking firepower capable of turning the game at any moment. Saturday delivers a triple header, starting with Canberra Raiders facing the South Sydney Rabbitohs. The Cronulla Sharks meet the Sydney Roosters in the next game, before Melbourne Storm host the New Zealand Warriors in Melbourne. The Storm, known for their strong home crowd, will look to bounce back from recent struggles, while the Warriors aim to continue their competitive start to the season. Saturday's action begins with the Gold Coast Titans taking on the Parramatta Eels at Combank Stadium. Both sides have had mixed results so far and will see this as a vital opportunity to gain ground. The round concludes with the match of the round as the West Tigers face the Newcastle Knights in Campbelltown. With both teams sitting second and third on the points ladder, it will going to be a cracker of a contest. All matches will be broadcasted live on TV1 Sports. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern, Port Moresby and Darrow partly cloudy to cloudy periods. Alotau, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Momase, Ley, partly cloudy periods. Vanimo, cloudy with few showers, rain and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Kokoporo, Baul and Buka, cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe, cloudy with rain showers and rain. And Highlands region, Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with heavy showers, rain and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea, seas light to moderate, tending to rough to very rough, with high seas over the eastern sector. Southeast winds 10 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots along the eastern sector. Solomon Sea, seas rough to very rough, with high seas towards the south of Bougainville and east of Woodlock Island. Southwest to southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots, reaching 34 to 63 knots towards the south of Bougainville and east of Woodlock Island. Bismarck Sea, seas rough to very rough, with northwest winds of 25 to 47 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas rough to very rough, with northwest winds of 25 to 46 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of Samar Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 2.5 to 3 meters, rising to 4 meters over Milne Bay Islands. Waters of New Britain, seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 4 meters at times along the St. George Channel. Waters of Bougainville, seas 3 to 4.5 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
Join Digicel and enjoy the network that rewards you with a whole lot more. Activate a new Digicel prepaid SIM and get 2 gigs data plus 20 minutes free Digicel to Digicel talk for 3 months. Get your first month's reward instantly with no spend required. Spend 30 kina or more for your rewards in months 2 and 3. So what are you waiting for? Get your new SIM at any Digicel outlet or agent today and enjoy free talk and free data only with Digicel. Give me 5!
That's right. With Digicel Cell Money, you can get a Give Me 5 plan with 5 gigabytes for only 5 kina. That's 5 gigabytes of data, valid for 5 days, all for only 5 kina. Whether you're streaming, gaming, scrolling, or staying connected with friends, you'll have all the data you need